Okay, so I hope you're all well fed.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so now I'm going to invite you to come with me to Spain. And right there on the coast, we see a beautiful mansion. Oh, that mansion has at least 20 rooms, stunning ornamental gardens all around, and just in front of it is the sparkling Mediterranean Sea. And in that mansion lives Cucuruchita, a little cockroach girl with her mummy and her daddy and so many servants. There's a gardener, there's a cook, there's a maid, there's a butler, any kind of servant that you can think of is in that mansion with the more than, did I say 20 or 50 rooms?
20 rooms.
20 rooms. Thank you, Sanjita. And you know those rooms, those 20 rooms are all filled with toys for Cucuruchita. They're filled with the most beautiful dresses, like this. The gardens are filled with flowers, and she has anything that her heart desires. All she has to do is ask. So you'd think she'd be happy, right?
No.
She's not happy. Look at my hair. It's so frizzy. Look at my eyelashes. They're so stubby. My lips are so thin. And I'm so short. Cucuruchita's mother, her father, her friends, they all try and tell her, you're so beautiful, you are so beautiful, right? Exactly, you're so beautiful. We love you. But does she believe them? She does not. Now I'm going to need your help, okay? Look at my hair. It's so frizzy. Look at my eyelashes. They're so stubby. Look at my lips. They're so thin. And I'm so short. Days went by, months went by, years went by, and Cucuruchita did not believe anything. No matter who tried to speak to her, she would not believe them. Now it happened that Cucuruchita turned 18, and her parents thought, for a treat, we're going to take her to Kolkata. And so they got on the plane and they flew all the way to Kolkata. And there they stayed in Park Street. And it was such a beautiful home, overlooking heritage buildings and people walking past and the Park Street market. And it was so lively and bustling, and you walk out and you would be hit with colors and scents and sounds, and oh, it was so beautiful. And Cucuruchita was feeling much happier, and she started making friends, and they would walk together. Tell me some of your favorite places in Kolkata. Esplanade,
Academy of Fine Arts.
Victoria.
Academy of Fine Arts, Park Street, Shobha Bazaar, Howrah Bridge, right?
Park Street.
They went to the flower market. They went to Kutur
Minar.
Kutur, yes.
No, it's Victoria.
Shahid Minar.
Big Ben. The Big Ben, of course. I'm sorry.
There's a Big Ben in Kolkata also.
Perfect. So they went to their friends. Her friends took her to all these places, and she was feeling a bit happier. But every once in a while, it would be like, my hair is so frizzy, and my eyelashes are so stubby. My lips are so pale, and I'm so short. Her friends got together and thought, what can we do to make her feel a little bit happier? And so one of her friends took her hand one day, and she took her down Park Street, and there they went into a shop. Yes, that's exactly what I want, said Cucuruchita. And when she came out, she had a long wig long, black, sleek hair. And oh, she was so happy. Now you're gonna have to help me, okay? She flung her hair this way, and that way, and this way, and that way. But my eyelashes are so stubby.
My lips are so cute. And I am so short.
Wow. Sonjita said, okay, that's enough of this now. So she took Kukurachita by the hand and they went into a beautician's shop. And there, the beautician worked her magic. And when Kukurachita came out, she had on a fine pair of fake eyelashes. Oh, she was so happy. She, come on everybody, flung her hair to and fro. She fluttered her eyelashes at everyone. But
My lips are so cute. I am so short.
well, okay. So Deepsika said to her, okay, come, let's go. And she took her to a makeup shop. And when Kukurachita came out, she had on bright red lipstick. Oh, yes, she was starting to feel so fine. Remember she? Come on, flung her hair to and fro. She fluttered her eyelashes and she blew kisses. Mwah. Come on, everybody, go. So, as she was walking down the street, she was starting to attract quite a lot of attention. But she wasn't completely ready yet. Because I'm so short. Exactly. And then, one day, you went with her. And you took her by the hand. And you gave her
A pair of heels?
a box. No, a box first. Thank you. A bright red box. There, nestled in red velvet, were the most beautiful pairs of cherry red high heels that Kukurachita had ever seen. Oh, she put those on, and now the transformation was complete. She walked down the streets and she flung her hair to and fro. She
Fluttered
fluttered her eyelashes. She blew kisses to everyone. And I don't wear high heels, but I know that those of you who do say it adds a little bit of a swing to your step, right? So she swung her way down the street. And it wasn't long before one of the young men came up and said, "Oh, baby." Now, I don't know how he got an American accent in Kolkata, I don't ask him. But so it is. "Oh, baby, you look so fine. Will you be my girl?" And Kukurachita, she looked him up and down. And she said, "If we get married, what song would you sing on our wedding night?" And unlike this group, that young man had no ear for music. He started howling and screaming, and she said, "Oh, good Lord, no. I can't listen to this kind of singing the time that we're married. Go away." And so he did. And she continued to fling her hair to and fro and
Fluttered
fluttered her eyelashes and
blew
blew kisses. And soon another young man. "Oh, baby." And this young man was holding the hand of another young man. And they were walking behind her. And he goes, "Oh, baby. Aati kya khandala?" And she said, excuse me. He said, will you be my girl? And she said, well, if we get married, what kind of song would you sing on our wedding night? And he took out, you know, the comb. Hey, kya bolti tu? Hey, kya main bolu? Suna, aati kya khandala? Kya karu? Aake mein khandala. I am not gonna marry somebody who sings songs like this, thank you very much. Off you go. And so off he went.
So nice man in Kolkata.
Yeah, they're asking for consent.
Now it happened that one of the young men who lived very close to Park Street, he'd been seeing her and he just thought she was so pretty. But he was so shy and so nervous, and how do I ask her out? What if she says no? And he would pace back and forth in his room and, you know, write little notes about how he would speak to her, and he would practice these at night. And finally his friend got really tired. He said, look, just go and ask her. At least you'll know if it's a yes or a no. So the next day, gathering up all his courage, he slowly went up to her and he said, excuse me, will you do me the honor of becoming my wife? And Kukurachita looked him up and down. And she said, what song would you sing if we got married? And this young man was all ready. He whipped out a little guitar and he started strumming it. And he sang, ये चांदनी रात ये तारे हंसी ये रात अजब मतवाली है समझने वाले समझ गए हैं ना समझे वो अनाड़ी है. And he sang of starlit nights, and he sang of full moons and taking walks on the beaches, and just like all the women here, yes, she too fell in love with him. She said, yes, of course I'll marry you. And so they got married in typical Indian style with a wedding that lasted for 7 days with Mendi, and what else do you have?
Haldi.
Sangeet and Haldi and
Poth.
Poth.
The last man.
And the halls were filled with flowers and music, and the whole place had come alive for these 7 days. And then Kukurachita and the young man, they moved into their own little home, again very close to Park Street. And there they were living together. And every morning Kukurachita, she'd get up way before him, and she would put on the wig, and she would
Put on the
put on, and she would.
wear the lipstick.
And the
Wear the heels.
So when she presented herself in front of him, that's how she looked. Day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, and a year had passed. One day, Kukurachita was all dressed up. Her husband hadn't woken up yet. And she went into the bathroom and she looked at herself. She looked at that long, sleek hair. She looked at the eyelashes. She looked at the lipstick. And she looked at her bright, candy red shoes. She went and stood in front of her husband, who was just waking up, and he stretched, yawned, rubbed his eyes, and he looked at her. Kukurachita, You know, the first time when I saw you, I thought you were so pretty. But today, you look beautiful.
Oh.
And Kukurachita knew that he saw her not through his eyes, but through his heart, as she finally saw herself too.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So nice.